Discount Bourbon Review!
We've got Blantons today, and I'm very excited about because I've got my own bottle of sealed Blantons here, and I refuse to open it at the moment, probably to Josh's annoyingness.
As well do I. I got my little trophy bottle up there, you know, as the Discount Bourbon Review community. Anytime we get a Fancy Pants bottle, we will have to, we'll first have to do the Fancy Pants if we're going to review it, the Fancy Pants dance, before we review the bourbon. But, of course, with needing some fancy stuff on our shelf, we got to have a couple wall hangers. So when we get 2 bottles, we'll start sharing them with you. And if you guys want to help us speed that process up, just let us know. But I think we need to do a Fancy Pants dance before we can review this whiskey, because its MSRP is $63. Which is above the $50 Discount Bourbon Review
Straight
line.
out of the distillery, $63.
Straight out of the distillery, let alone, I think I paid closer to $100 from my local store. And I see people religiously pay $120 to $150.
Yeah.
Pretty easily.
In this area, it's very easy to see it hit that double to triple mark for just a bottle of Blantons. Mm-hmm. Which, I understand. If I didn't go to the distillery and pick up my own bottle myself, I'd be likely to sooner or later. It's just one that you gotta have. Everyone talks about it. You hear wonderful things about Blanton.
It's allocated. It's at the top of the Pokemon card collection world when it comes to some of this stuff. I mean, let alone the base year that we have here. Now, we've been able to review some alternative years of some really cool stuff. Check out that Weller Antique 107 video. But Blanton's, this is the base offering of that line. Let alone Blanton's Gold. Let alone Blanton's Special Reserve. And it's that rare.
Yeah. That's sought after. Actually, fun fact. Hold on. Before we pop it, we have to do
the Fancy Pants dance.
It's tradition. I don't know how this is going to be on the camera angle. Oh, he's going before me. That one. What he did. Alright. We'll have to see how that one went on the camera. There's just a level of excitement and I want to say anxiety when it comes to it.
Really?
It feels a little wrong.
Your heart rate going up a little bit?
A little bit.
Now, why do you think that is? It's just because it's a Fancy Pants bourbon?
A Fancy Pants bottle. I mean, I know we got to try it at the distillery. Of course, you know that if you watch the Ohio video. But so I know what it tastes like. I've had a similar.
But I mean, we were up for 36 hours, out of the car for less than an hour. We had some other things going on at the time, adjusting our taste preferences. But back home, back here at the table, Blanton's can't hide from us. And that nose is just as creamy as it was there. Oh my goodness.
It's almost like a caramel butterscotch nose.
Yes.
It's very sweet.
Blanton's has a unique nose compared to anything else I have ever smelled. There is a certain characteristic and smell profile in Blanton's that I just haven't seen mirrored in anything else.
And I'm not knocking the distillery in any way. They weren't giving us samples in these nice whiskey glasses. They were giving us those little plastic cups, and
That's right. So we were out of our element, like I said.
Out of the
driving
element.
Too long, little tired, palate wasn't quite primed.
You don't get the same expressions out of those little tiny cups. You
know what I'm actually kind of smelling a little bit? The bourbon cream.
It's creamy.
It's got that bourbon cream nose. If you've had the Buffalo Trace bourbon cream, I don't know if that's just a distillery exclusive, but I know some people have had some trouble getting it. You know exactly what I'm saying. It smells. They've got some good smells.
It's, especially
butterscotch.
Yeah, it's very butterscotch. It's very creamy. Almost little to no oak. Maybe just on the back end, on that exhale, you get a little bit of that smoke right there in the end.
I went ahead and took my nip in, and there isn't too much aggressive wood or smoke. You think of some rye, you can think of some smoky type products, especially some scotches. You can really start thinking a lot of those wood characteristics. You can think so much of the smoke. But Blanton's, it's creamy, it's dreamy, It won't leave you on red.
It's completely... It's separate.
I mean, yeah, we've tried some stuff high corn. We've tried some wheated stuff. We've tried some high barley, malted barley type stuff, But it
just has its own unique
note to it.
What are they doing to you?
Who are you?
Who are you?
It does make me want to try some of the other alternative stuff they have in the lineup. I believe that there is...
That's going to be...
Like the E.H. Taylor. I believe they
yeah.
got some other things like that. It makes me curious if this follows some in the line, because I don't detect it in Buffalo Trace. I don't detect it in Weller.
No.
I haven't had Eagle Rare yet, nor have I had an E.H. Taylor. But I'm curious if it does follow into those.
It would be interesting to see if it really is its own just unique note and flavor palette, or if it does kind of share some of these characteristics with an E.H. Taylor or an Eagle Rare.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard people say Eagle Rare is similar, but I haven't tried it myself, so I don't want to shoot myself in the foot, Oh my goodness, that nose is...
I know, it keeps you coming back for more.
It's
easy 10 out of 10 territory. It's something that every time you go back, you're going to find something different in there for you.
That's easy 10 out of 10 nose.
And not overly complex. It's not like it's a crazy 10. It's not like, oh man, this is just...
I wouldn't say there's really too much hiding from you or complex about it. It's really straightforward with what it's about.
It's just its uniqueness.
Yeah. I mean, you don't get this from... like you were said, even just like the Buffalo Trace or other similar products, or even from the Buffalo Trace distillery, but just in general, I've heard, I heard one the other day. I don't see it up here. But Weller's a good example as well. It's just its own uniqueness, and that's what it's interesting compared to anything else that I've smelled. It's come across my palate.
And it's so smooth going down. It hardly even lets you know that it's a whiskey. It's just boom, it's there and it's gone. You get real stealth on this.
Yeah, that's dangerous. That's very dangerous. A lot of that butterscotch leaves on the palate as well. It's very strong on the nose.
But down at the 90, 91 proof...
93, I believe.
93 proof. It's not super thin. It's got a good thickness to the mouth.
It is. Especially compared to the 107 that we just tried not too long ago. You can catch the video on that. We were talking about how thin we believe that one to be, and I'd say this is almost just the opposite. It's not crazy thick, but it is thick.
Mm-hmm. And even kind of give them a little chew. Sometimes when you chew them around, it can get your gums a little tingly.
Yeah.
And while he's there, and he's tingling,
he lets you know.
It's good.
It's nothing crazy.
It almost kind of pulls a little anise kind of licorice note when I chew it like that.
That's interesting.
A little darkness there.
I like that. A little interesting.
All in all, Blanton's nose, easy 10 out of 10 for me.
Absolutely 10 out of 10.
As far as taste, I think I'm going to have to give him a 9. I think it's definitely one of the best whiskeys I've ever had. I just really want to see one of the alternative year offerings. I want to see a little bit more complexity up there. For a base offering, I'm shocked and I'm wowed. I'd be really excited to see some of the other stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Then
what about that price?
As far as price, I think if you can get them at $63, you can get them out at the distillery, have a real good time like we did. I think that it's going to be worth it. I think that it's definitely pushing 7 or 8 territory into the worth. If you've never had it before, I'd even say 9 or 10. Pick one up. But I think even up to $100, he's probably got some value for me. I think he's definitely something that's up there on the shelf. You bust it out when you want to have a real good whiskey.
Yeah.
I'd probably pay $100 again for a bottle, but I wouldn't like it.
Wouldn't be the biggest fan. I can agree with that.
Now, if we don't have to make that 12-hour drive.
The 12-hour drive is
to
interesting.
Kentucky.
Yeah.
Then,
that does
I think that
definitely
extra
put into
$40
perspective
starts putting into a little more perspective if I could get it at some relative accessibility. Now, I think even if we were to do Buffalo Trace like that, you can only get this bottle of Blanton's once every 90 days.
I believe... I know that to be true specifically, but if I'm not mistaken, I believe you can only get one of their like specialty bottles once every 90 days.
One of each brand type.
One of each brand type?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, but it's not like they're putting out the alternatives, so it's not like they're putting out, Weller Antique 107.
No.
So if you get your one Weller Green, that's your Weller product for the next 90 days.
Okay.
You know what I mean? If you get your Blanton's product,
But you
that's
go
your
back the
Blanton's
next
product.
day if they got different stuff. You could
Yes.
pick up like I know Eagle Rare was something they put out pretty regularly.
When we're talking about the next big trip coming up with Bobby, you have to keep an eye out for Bobby on the channel. He's wanting to stay a couple days so we can hunt down a couple bottles like that.
Absolutely, a couple of days. Don't get me wrong, I love what we did in Ohio and then into Kentucky. It was definitely an adventure.
Oh,
but I would love to hang out in Louisville just for a few days.
Oh, make our way through Louisville, go down to Bardstown. I know we both have some passion for Willet, but we haven't really been able to break into those bottles.
Yeah.
So, man, I think that'd be great. Let us know if you want to see Bourbon Week. Let us know if you want to see us go down there and check all these things out.
I'm down for Bourbon Week.
I'm down
You've
for
got
Bourbon
my vote
Week.
already stamped and approved
That's
on that
right.
one.
All right.
But
Blanton's.
nose for me on Blanton's, I agree, is an easy 10 out of 10 on that. If I could get him an Airwick air freshener that I could plug into my wall, that's an easy scoop right there. That is absolutely fantastic. I would come back to that any second of the day. Flavor-wise, palate-wise, very good. Definitely up there, I would say. I would even say top 3 bourbons. I mean, it's very good. It's real smooth. It goes down easy. I mean, like Josh said, it kind of whispers at you that he's a whiskey. He hides it from you a little bit. It's an easy 9. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Easy 9 on the flavor. Price, if you can find him for $60,
find him for 60 scoop, dude.
I'm still gonna take him down a couple of pegs because it does enter my fancy pants territory. You know what I mean?
You got to be having a good week.
You got to be having a good week to scoop up, even at $60. But if you can afford it, scoop that guy up. That is an easy scoop. It's overall. I don't think I gave it the actual number on the price. 8. Just a couple of points down. Realistically, I would spend the 60. I would spend even the 100 if I could find it locally. I would spend it. Almost not a question. That way I could crack into this guy without a question, and I would just be having a wonderful time.
See, that's why I was really pushing Dylan to go down to that distillery there on the trip. I was like, come on, a second chance at Blanton's. Come on, buddy.
I couldn't say no to it. You really can't say no to Blanton's, especially when it was
really close. Cute face.
Ooh.
I know.
It's hard to say.
Sorry to hit you with that.
But overall, that's a 9 whiskey. If you can find that and you can have it on your bar, have it on your bar.
Dude, 100%.
Even just for like special occasions, every now and then the family's coming over. You want to enjoy a nice whiskey with them. Do it. That's a wonderful time.
It's just now occurring to me, in the Antique 107 video, we did not give it a straight or mixed designation. And I think that it would be sacrilegious to have even considered that. So I think we could leave that out of that video. But this has a full straight designation. I don't think that this should be mixed.
I would never. I would be very upset if I found someone mixing a Blanton's.
Oh, pour a little Coke in there?
Even if it was just like a classic cocktail, you know what I mean? Not if it was some Coke, I'd be livid.
No, I gotta agree.
I'd be very livid. But if it was like a classic cocktail, you know what I mean? Even something simple and old fashioned.
Even
you know
that,
what I mean?
I'd be like, it's a bit excessive.
You're kind of ruining your whiskey that you got there. Yeah.
Yeah. There's some other whiskeys where it's like, it's a good whiskey, it's a good offering. I can have it plenty. Let's start playing around with those flavors and see what else we can do to it.
I agree with that.
With the availability of Blanton's, at least for us, a Discount Bourbon Review, definitely on the mixer.
I don't live in Louisville, Kentucky. I don't get to go over there and check to see
every
how
90 days.
I'm
going to use the bourbon forecast calculator.
But easy. That's a scoop. I love the Blantons. I can't wait to crack open my bottle.
Yeah. Blanton's. Man, come on. 9. Solid 9.
Easy pickup.
Drink responsibly. What? There's different people writing different things on different bottles?
Well, yeah, but I think it's kind of crazy with how close they were.
I thought they'd just be printed. What do you mean?
You can really look at the H on mine and then the H on yours.
Oh yeah,
and then the 3 on the proof, it's just completely different handwritings.
Yeah, those 9s and those 3s are completely different.
Yeah. Which it's to be expected. You know what I mean? It's not like I expect them to have one person back there just hand writing on all the labels. But
I guess I'm just surprised that this bottle's 126. That'd be mind-bogglingly annoying. I don't know if that's annoying just to be sitting there. But I got this. This registered bottle's number 126.
Mine was 89.
Oh.
It's crazy. Like, that's less than 40.
This is 9.
That's kind of pog.
That is pretty pog. Cool. But apparently there's like a club called like Warehouse H or something that's all excited about all this stuff because it all comes out of Warehouse H.
Oh, it all comes out of Warehouse H?
Yeah.
Okay.
Apparently we missed the experimental vault right there next to the gift shop where they keep like the millionth barrels and whatnot. Literally, it's like a bourbon shrine over there, and we just completely missed it.
Well, we're going back, so